Okay, here I am in Grandmaster of Flowers in the new Destiny system. Grandmaster of Flowers, of course, is the monk destiny, meaning that if you activate points in this tree, you gain access to the monk concentration and key. You gain key in this yellow bar. And also, this will give you a proficiency in hand wraps and allow you to attack like a monk. So your attack animations will look like the monk animations, having the ability then to play, if you're not a monk, as a monk. We look at the tree and we can see right away that we get not only ki and the ability to fight like a monk, we gain melee power, ranged power, hit points, and spell resistance, telling us right away that this tree likely will not have any benefits at all for any sort of a spellcaster. You could go into this tree to gain some other useful, helpful things if you're on a spellcaster, but primarily people who would use this tree would either be melee or ranged, and ranged could be anything from a thrower to an inquisitive. This is the only tree that gives you the ability to take and receive spell resistance, as far as I know. So if you're doing a spell resistance build, you get 10 spell resistance from this Calm Before the Storm, and then you get 1 spell resistance for each of these core tiers. You can see I spent all 55 of my points, and I did not have the ability to buy all of the things in this tree. This is one of the more expensive trees. Here's my mantle. I took the Epic Strike as Orchid Blossom. You also do get an ability to take the Epic Strike as an actual melee attack, but because I'm not on a melee, I'm on a Sork, I wanted to show you guys what the Orchid Blossom does. It basically is like a little force. You throw a force flower and it hits for some AoE damage that is then buffed up by things that you take. There isn't a chance if you have a high enough stun DC that the Orchid Blossom could stun your enemies. And then also in this tree we have some other really cool things. So let's get into it. So we see the active and passives, and I'll let you guys read that. This is our epic moment. It's called Split the Soul. Here is our mantle. And remember, we get 1 mantle, 1 epic strike, and 1 epic moment. You can take multiple mantles, but you can only have 1 active at a time. You can take multiple epic strikes, but you can only use 1 because using 1 throws the others onto cooldown. And you can only ever have 1 epic moment because you are only allowed to go tier 5 in 1 Destiny tree. So here's my Everything is Nothing. Here's my Orchid Blossom, and I have my mantle active. Now, I am not going to be able to do my Everything is Nothing until I have 50 ki, and I can't do my epic moment until I have 100 ki. And we will try. Now, if I remove all my weapons, it is supposed to allow me to attack like a monk, but I am not attacking like a monk. And I wonder if that has to do with the fact that I took Epic Blossom. So let's try then. But here is the Blossom on a non-monk. And you can see that damage, this goes on I believe it's a 15-second cooldown. We'll try it again. Okay, it's off cooldown. Yes, 15-second cooldown. And the Blossom does an AoE of force damage that spread out, and it takes the higher of your melee or ranged power, and it doubles it versus undead, aberrations, evil outsiders. And using that ability also grants you 25 ki every time you use it. So it has the ability to generate ki. As you know, unless you are fighting like a monk, you won't have the ability to generate ki. I have a -5 on my ki because I am not generating it. I am not fighting like a monk right now. But because I have the blossom, I can bank enough ki in order to activate my Everything is Nothing, which is what I'm going to do right now. Everything is Nothing will hopefully kill everything, and it did. You can see that was my Everything is Nothing. That puts that on a cooldown. That is, it looks to be like it's 3-minute cooldown, which is a long time. That actually should be a lot less. That should be a minute cooldown if you ask me. But Orchid Blossom is actually hitting really well. Let's see. So part of my taking things in this tree boosts my weapon damage, and it boosts my ability to double strike and double shot. So even with my level 1 dagger, you can see now my damage is pretty much the same. So it really hasn't benefited me as a thrower, although it did change my damage type. It looks like I am doing... Yeah, it looks like I'm doing chaotic damage, which is what I chose. I'm doing chaotic damage. So you could change your base damage type there. Let's see if we can kill these guys with an Orchid Blossom. Kill that one. And in order to do my epic moment, I need to gather up 100 ki. So I will try using Orchid Blossom on cooldown here to see if it will generate enough ki for me to activate my epic. It's a very nice force AoE. So here I have 50 ki. $68 ki. $80 ki. $90. And this should do it. Okay, I have 105. So I activate this. There we go. And now I've been split my attacks to an additional target, 5% chance to banish enemies, no save, 25% concealment, incorporeal, and 25% dodge. So right now I am very buffed up. It's expensive to get here, but if you were playing on a monk, it lasts long enough, and those are some very handy bonuses that I'm sure would be very helpful. Also, my Everything is Nothing granted this emptiness boost, which gave me +3 dodge and raised my dodge cap. And if you have elusive target, it increases your proc chance of elusive target. Now you can see my Orchid Blossom just hit those 3. I'm going to try and get it so I have enough points to do everything is nothing again. We'll see. There's the Orchid Blossom. I just hit a bunch of mobs. I need to do it one more time to get enough for everything is nothing. Okay, I have enough. I'm going to... Oh, no, I just ran out. So I will do it on these guys here. Get enough for everything is nothing. Now I can cast it. I'm going to wait for them all to get around me. And here's my everything is nothing. And I just killed a whole bunch of stuff very quickly. And keep in mind, I don't have high stunning DCs. So if you had high stunning DCs, your everything is nothing would work even better. Something else to remember about this, this is, I believe, the only Destiny that has a knockdown immunity built into the mantle itself. So at level 20, as soon as you take it, you are immune to knockdown. I believe that you can get it also in one of the other trees, but I think you need to have a shield. But you can see, I will just basically stand here, and giants usually can knock you down, but they won't be able to knock me down because I'm immune. It's the same sort of knockdown immunity that you get as Enlightened Spirit Warlock. You know, that even though most things you're immune to being knocked down, there are still certain effects that can knock you down. But join us for more. I plan to do lore videos for each quest in DDO, as well as the raids. Plus, I will be releasing more Session 0 videos for DDO on topics such as player character races, the religions of Eberron, the last war, and the Mournlands, the dragon marks, the dragon marked houses, and much, much more. Click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below. I like interacting with other players. My main tune in DDO is named Mary. I am on Sarlona. I also have a guild on the Hardcore League. My guild is Death Smile. Please say hi if you're on either of those servers. Subscribe to see more Adventure AI content about DDO, Dungeons & Dragons Online, and gaming in general. I also play Star Wars The Old Republic. You can join us at Adventure AI on Discord. Check us out on Twitch. Check us out on Twitter. You can go to our Patreon and become a patron of the channel, where you would get access to all of the scripts, the images, the music, the videos, as well as behind the scenes, and the ability to request topics for me to make future videos. Thanks very much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope your adventures go well.